Good morning everybody, it's Sunday 25th of January 26 and I overheard an aircraft flying overhead really low, so I jumped out of my chair because I immediately put on YouTube this morning, not the news. Overhead was a firefighting aircraft. Now I'm not in a bushland area, but we are prone for grass fires. Away from me, I'm obviously in a built up area, so relatively safe from grass fires and bushfires. But there's smoke, stench, like it's thick as all around here, and the smell of, I open up the door and gone, wow. And I've been listening to radio trying to work out, it must be obviously very close. And yeah, we've had some hot days, and there's another few hot days coming as well, so we'll get into our day. I've got some ideas for today, so we'll get into it and hopefully not affected by the fires. I was just scrolling through my phone 2 hours ago, a minute ago. These are all the active fires currently burning in Victoria. So yeah, very interesting. 12 minutes ago, 13 minutes ago, 3 hours ago. So it looks like we're in for a yucky weekend. But I think the smoke from this one there's a fire down Colac Way, down Jellybrand. I saw another one which was Colac. So Colac's for us is probably hour and a quarter away. But the sky is dense with smoke, super dense with smoke. And I probably should be out here because it smells crap. Yeah, so this is what we call the Vic Emergency app. So I thought I'll have a quick squiz. Hey guys, well I'm down in Geelong. It's a little windy, but it's a beautiful day. The sky is still a bit cloudy from smoke, but not bad. I've come down to do something different completely. So something different from the last heap of dailies I've done. So be ready for a surprise. Yes, I'm at a model train display, and I'm looking at particular styles of trains that I like. So you'll see the blue and gold livery on the trains, and that's the old Victorian Railways colours, VR. And that engine you just looked at is a T-Class. So now you're going to learn a little bit more about me, that I was into model trains quite heavily in my older days. And this club is the Corio Model Railway Club. And when I was, 16, 17 years old, I was actually a member of this club and did many of these exhibitions. And I still have trains. That's an S-Class there in the gold and the blue, Victorian Railways. And I think that's an R-Class coming up the back there. Little cattle carriages with a ZL guard box at the back. So I'm going to keep wandering around. I won't make the whole vlog about this because it's kind of my indulgence, but there's lots and lots of second-hand sellers here with tables and tables of wares that they're trying to sell. So a lot of people these days are doing Australiana. So there is a lot of Australiana. This layout here that I'm looking at on my right is 100% Australiana, like it's gold. The next class coming around. And they're grain carriages, the big long yellow ones, with a couple of grain carriage GYs at the back. I know this will be boring for most of you, but for me it's an indulgence because I was really into this a long time ago. That's a derm there, that one there, it's a derm. You can see the turntable in there with lots of examples of different types of trains there. There's a T-class just here.
To the wagon.
Look at the detail in the scenery. See the boat going across the lake. Now this is next level modelling because this is N-gauge. This is really tiny in the big scheme of things. It's really, really tiny. So that's a different livery.
I don't like how they're driving the car.
Go to England, or it could be Scotland for all it matters. It's got a red bus there, but it doesn't mean anything. I just love the actual amount of detail that these guys do in the scenery to make it as real as possible.
Where can I find the bike shop? Find the bike.
It's Thomas the Tank Engine.
Must have been jammed, or for some reason it was pushed one way and trying to
It's a C-class.
So I think they crunched one way. Must have skipped the teeth. Because I knew it had power, because you always had to flick it because the motor was still holding it. I had the power to it to hold it. That's why it makes it catch. If I had get a bit of green paint and make drop
So I thought I'll grab a bite to eat. I'm going to break my diet again. You guys are a bad influence on me, going to all these places and eating pies. And of course, my piping hot caffeinated beverage. And I'm going to go back inside and look at more trains in a minute, but I'm really enjoying it. It's good. It's a brand new auditorium. So they used to have this old hall here, which they used to use. But this is quite state of the art, really good. But I'm going to jump into this pie. I've been staring while I've been having lunch, staring at this thing from a distance, and I love it. My dad had a mobility scooter. I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm sure it's what it is. But it's got, I guess, a safety shell around it. Very clever. I've never seen one like it before. What a great idea. I remember my dad, before he died, you know, he'd run around on those mobility scooters. He was so fast. And the shopping centre would ring me up and go, "Your dad's run over someone's foot again?" I'm going, "Oh no, has he?" It's always, because he was a speedy, even at 70 years old, he was racing me in cars. So he was, he was quite with it. He died at 94, and he was quite the man. Quite the man. I loved him heaps. So yeah, so this is the entrance to the pool here. So I'm going to go back in. I've had my pie and I just got rid of my rubbish. I'm going to go back in and look at some more trains. Well, I couldn't help myself. I bought some trains, and the story behind the story and the reason I bought the trains is when I was in the Corio Model Ride Club, and I mentioned earlier in the video, I used to travel down with a fella called Alan Curtis, and he used to scratch build a lot of trains. And I used to come down here to Geelong from Werribee on the back of his motorbike to go to the Model Railway Club. And Alan recently died, and I just, because I spent so much time and he mentored me in those days when I was really into trains, not so much into it now, but I still enjoy this occasionally. So I actually bought some of Alan's deceased estate trains. So I'm happy that I've actually got some of Alan's gear. Alan was one of the best scratch builders out there. So, and what I mean by scratch build, he'd take a piece of plastic and some couplers and he would build from scratch a train. So I bought 4 or 5 carriages. I haven't got a train layout, but which is kind of funny, but it's just, I just felt it's the right thing to do. And lots of love to Maureen, his wife. And yeah, good history. You got to remember, when I was doing this model road thing, I was 16, 17 years old. And now, I won't tell you how old I am, but I'm a lot older than that. And still playing with trains. So anyway, I'm back at the castle.
In 1984, Pentrex captured this footage following a derailment in the Feather River Canyon at Hogan. Watch as Union Pacific crews worked to re-rail the cars in order to reopen the canyon.
I was just talking to Grant, and he specialises in scratch building buildings. And you can see some of his work here. And you can see the amount of detail as he uses his file to make the edges
of the copper for inside the wash house.
Yeah, oh right, really?
Yeah, so the curved base.
Wow. So this is what I was mentioning earlier in the video about scratch building. Fantastic. Thanks, Grant.
Not something we want to happen. Not something we want to happen.
Alright, well I'm done and dusted here at the Model Railway exhibition. I had an absolute ball, really enjoyed it, and I came across people I know who I haven't realistically seen in more than 40 years, so it was pretty cool. And tomorrow tomorrow's Australia Day. So I plan to do some really cool Australia Days. So please join me tomorrow as we celebrate Australia Day. And I'm already celebrating with the Australia flag on my car. So as Adam the Woo would say, the vlog is over. See you tomorrow, guys. Thank you. These are the trains I bought at the show. Scratch built by Alan Curtis. All Victorian. Rest in peace, Alan.